All these shnikes. They just wake up and have her head up. Look at that. You have no warnings. You can't even see down the street. With the what? Wow. Good thing we went out earlier to go to the store. Wow. Hmm? It looks darker here than it does on my screen. Makes it look lighter. Clouds look weird. Especially this one that looks like a drumstick. It's weird how it looks so light. I don't know, I'm feeling like little raindrops. Huh?
Just the two.
That's it. So 2 bolts of lightning. Probably heat lightning, and that's it. Yeah. I'm almost thinking there's another storm coming. We just haven't got alerted to it. At least that's what these clouds look like. We have to wait and see. Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. This photo was taken by the experimental farm, and it was taken probably 2008. It was one of the very first pictures that I really liked that I took. And here we are again for another section, episode, part of the cabin story continued. You expecting anyone? Scott asked. No, you? No. Scott walked to the door with his shirt open. Abigail adjusted her clothes and leaned her back against the sofa. She waited for Scott to return. He opened the door and instantly lost the high he was riding. Sage. Hearing that name, Abigail felt sick to her stomach. Hey, Scott, mind if I come in? Am I interrupting something? Making note of Scott's open shirt. To be bluntly honest, yes. Now, if you don't mind, before Scott could close the door, Sage had his foot inside. Where's Abby? He stepped into the kitchen, moving towards the living room. Abby, what are you doing there? Sage seen the setup. Oh, I'm interrupting a romantic moment. I'm sorry. Sage, you're home. Abigail had to say it. Now is not a good time. It's fine. Scott sat on the sofa behind her. Thought I'd come in person instead of phone. But hey, I'll leave you lovebirds alone. Maybe we can get together later in the week. Sounds good. Abigail made no movement except to look his way. Scott seen him to the door, locking and chaining it. Come sit down, babe. She patted the space beside her. This is the life, sitting on the floor with my... She stopped for a moment. Boyfriend. Abby snuggled in closer. This is what contentment felt like. The air rather cool but refreshing. Abigail continued to work from home. Her friendship with Mel had suffered. The trust she had once was gone. The relationship with Scott was healing. Are we spending Thanksgiving with Nicole? Scott asked. No, she's at her in-laws this year. It's just us. A low-key holiday for them. Small bird with fixings. They expressed their gratefulness of coming back together. Late evening and a warm fire. They sat listening to the logs crackle. A glass of white wine completed the evening. This was the moment. Abigail, Scott began. Yes. She continued to watch the flames leap. I've said these words before without realizing their meaning. He had her attention. Now over time, I truly understand them. Scott paused. I love you with every ounce within me. We were brought together to stay together. Just as he was to ask the question, the phone rang. It was Sage. Abigail put the call on speaker. Happy Thanksgiving, you two. Hope I haven't disturbed anything. Scott spoke up. As a matter of fact, you have. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Abby returned. Well, I just phoned to say happy Thanksgiving and see how you are. He said goodnight and hung up. Did he ruin the flow? She asked him. Temporarily. They settled back in, but the special moment was lost. The air smelled of sage now. This wasn't the right time anymore. Sage was happy sitting at home. He had done what he had set out to. The romantic evening, he was sure, was lost. This made him very happy. He pictured them now sitting, watching TV. His mind was hatching a plan to get her back, but he had to be so careful. Scott and Abigail went to bed and slept well, though she knew he was upset by the call. Scott would have to wait for the next best time to ask. I'm telling you, the guy ruined the entire mood. I could have throttled him, Scott told Joe. It's as if he knew you were going to ask her. The time was so perfect. I don't know when I'll have that again. Well, don't push it. Wait your time out. Abby isn't going anywhere. He can try all he wants. Have you heard from Mel? No, Abby's been working from home. The only contact they have is through email. Sounds like the friendship is over, Joe said. I think it needs time, Scott replied. Dan contacted Scott in regards to considering a gig with Abby at the bar. I'll ask her and get back to you. Abigail agreed. Secretly, she had been waiting for this day. They discussed the songs and had a solid lineup. The first snow had fallen, even though the weather had been mild. It looked so pretty outside. You know, I've spent winter here in the past, but it's never looked so beautiful. Abigail turned to Scott. It's because you're here. She reached her arms around his neck. Gently, she kissed his awaiting lips. This was the moment. Abigail, will you marry me? She gazed into his hazel eyes. He stepped away for a moment and returned with a small box. Abigail was elated. Scott opened it. Will you marry me? She nearly fell over. The most gorgeous, round, single diamond glistened. Scott, this is too much. She began to cry. This must have been expensive. You're worth it. You've put up with so much of my shit. I seen it, and I knew it was yours. Abigail, please. I never wanted anything more than to be your wife. That is all I've ever wanted. I don't care about anything else. Yes, I'll be honored to marry you. Abigail felt fulfilled. Her life was complete. There was no other man. On Friday evening, they walked into Dan's, arms around each other. They were both glowing. Hey guys, good to see you. Dan noted the difference. Something's happened. Abigail lifted her hand with Scott's assistance. About fucking time. Congratulations. Dan hugged them both. It's about time. They relaxed backstage until 8 p.m., showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, you are truly in for a treat tonight. My two best friends in the world are here, and I've only just found out they are engaged. The audience clapped. Please welcome Scott Wilson and Abigail. The couple walked onto the stage. Thank you, Scott began the evening. Through ballads and rock, their voices blended. The final song was his latest, Moments Like This, A Sweet Kiss. As the lights came up, they seen Sage. He was sitting comfortably toward the back. Scott and Abigail accepted well wishes from the crowd. "Well, congrats," Sage mocked. "I'm not surprised." "Sage, be civil," Abby pleaded. "Only for you, sweetie." He reached his hand to her face. "Remember me when you're with him." Sage glanced in Scott's direction. Dan felt tension growing and stepped between them. "I think it's time you left," he advised Sage. "Should have known he'd be here," Scott calmly remarked. They were on their way home. There was no excuse for his behavior. That was a total lack of respect. Her disgust was obvious. Scott made them a tea while Abigail changed. "Here, hun." He offered the mug of hot liquid. "Thank you." She curled her feet under her legs. "I really enjoyed tonight. Our voices are great together." "It was good, wasn't it? But I don't want this as a career." Scott said he understood. Comfortably warm, blankets around them. The sofa was cozy, but their bed was ready. Scott took her hand. They climbed the stairs. No words were said as they undressed each other. They had done this before. They slipped under the covers. Sweet caresses and passionate kisses. The unbridled emotion ran strong. He remembered each soft spot that caused her to swoon. Scott smiled, feeling the reaction. Abigail sighed, with his warm body against hers. She wanted him as many times before sleep would take over. Were there words for this euphoric emotion? Abigail didn't think so. Their bodies joined as beautifully as before, the rhythm satisfying and long overdue. In the morning, there was an email from Mel. He wanted to bare his soul to her. Wonderful. Oh, wonder what he has to say. Scott was certainly curious. "I'll let you know." She kissed him as he left for the studio. Around 10 a.m., Mel knocked on the door. "Come in." She greeted him without their usual hug. "Thanks for seeing me." "So, what did you want to tell me?" She sat in a chair while he sat on the sofa. "Scott's gone to the studio. Feel free to open up." He sighed. "I have been hiding something from you. I wasn't sure myself at first." Abigail sat quietly. "The actual reason I was playing both sides was for you to make a choice." "I know that." She was frustrated. Was he wasting her time? And I think I will leave it there. A short little part, but the next part will likely knock you over. So now you're left thinking, what could it be? What could it be? That's good. So we had a lot of rain come down here earlier, and it's clouding over now. I'll probably have inserted that at the beginning of this. Yeah, I think so. And I would like to thank Tammy, Haunted Soul 117, for my intro. The woman's been working hard. She's got quite a few. I think there's 3 that I've chosen for my other channel. And then now I have 2 for this one that I'll go back and forth with. So thank you to my loyal subscribers who come with each episode that I upload. It is always greatly appreciated, and I love reading your comments in regards to what you think is going to happen or what you think should happen in the story. Anyone who's new to my channel, please check out my other videos here. I have created a few playlists now. Still have a few more to go. You find anything there that you like, thumbs up, drop me a comment, share it out if you think someone else may be interested. Always greatly appreciate it. While you're here, consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, remember to click the notification bell so that you'll know the next time that I upload. I was thinking of doing some crafts, but especially with those 3 mother-to-be bags I have to do, but don't really feel like it. I got to get the bags first of all. The other stuff I have. So, as always, until the next time, ciao for now.